Here's what happened at round 8 at Walton Raceway. Highlights brought to you by FXR Moto. Let's go.
Heading into the final 250 round of the season, Kevin Benoit held an 8-point lead on Drew Adams. Kevin knew 2 seconds to Drew's first would give him the series championship by 2 points. But there were 2 new Kawasaki riders here. Dylan Walsh from New Zealand racing the British Series. Christian Janik back. Alan Daly grabbed the whole shot. Third place there, Fowler. And there goes Dylan Walsh, 53. Kevin Benoit at this point in a bit of trouble. Knows he needs to work his way forward. Drew Adams gets around Medallia, take the lead. Tyler second. Third, Luke Fowler. Goes Walsh, and here's Janik having a look on the inside there of Kevin Benoit. Inside the aggressive move there, and he had just done the trick for the green guys. Not a great start for number 12, Sebastian Racine. He would end up 11th on the day. For the ribbon section. Oliver Walsh, having Benoit, Fowler, but Janik. We'll take a look over just to see if things are going the way they're supposed to for him. And right now, yes, they are, because Kevin is in a points place where it would, 2 finishes like this would give Drew the series win. There's Gage Linville. We got Alex Federsoff from the Club MX team up here racing. Pro. There's Walsh, Benoit on him now. Surrounded by green machines. He would get around Walsh. Put him safely into second. Walsh and Federsoff. A bit of safety, a little bit of daylight between himself and Christian Janik. Janik doing everything he can in the ruts of Walton. Nice little battle here. Behind that too, there's Dylan Rempel. We got Fowler, Viney, Wood. There's Tanner Scott. But taking the win. Number 300, Drew Adams, did what he had to do. But so did Kevin Benoit, grabbing second. 5-point lead heading into the second moto. Third to Janik. Fourth to Linville. Fifth to Federsoff. In the 450 class, Jess Pettis had 10 points on his teammate, number 23, Josiah Naskey. That's Naskey on the inside. Number 109, Aaron Tanky out of Australia. Number 1, Dylan Wright is back. There's Tanner Ward. Out front, Josiah Naskey doing what he needs to do, trying to gain points back. A little bit on this day. There's Dylan Wright taking the around points leader, Jess Pettis. Berm, very rough. Look at that start by Julian Bennett, who coming on really strong this season. He ended up 8th in this one. Sort of battle there. We had 3 Bruff brothers up out of the States. 234, McCoy Bruff, he's the youngest. But on the first lap, Aaron Tanky had a problem falling way back in the pack, had to fight his way back only to 13th here. There's Natsky just feeling the flow, looking good out front. Takes a look at doubling into that there up onto the Dragon's back. Pettis said he started to think a little bit too much about the points in the championships, and that's when you make mistakes. So Moto 2, he tried not to do that. Malaval, number 331, here from France. Good to see him. Tanty keeps working his way forward. Look at those ruts, just some slot car racing there for Josiah Nansky, the New Zealander. Second there is Dylan Wright, Jess Pettis, the 3 of them to separate themselves. Riding in 4th. That is number 808, Preston Kilroy out of Wyoming. He'll be back next year. Tanner Ward, there is Malaval. Julian Bennick. Chased by Riley Bruff, the older brother, oldest brother up to 3. Nice season for number 18, Parker Eels, the working man. Preston Kilroy under the natural double that they changed, they built up. Behind him in 6. But Malaval will keep pressuring. Oh, and new pro, Blake Davies moved straight to the 450 class, but on this exact same spot. He already had a bit of a hip issue going on. He crashed, cross-rutted, landed on his head. He would be done for the day, unfortunately. Tough start for him. Up front, taking the checkered flag, Josiah Naskey, first in the first moto. Real time look back here, take a look at Dylan Wright. He's coming back still from a pretty serious injury he had at round 2. Pettis takes 3rd. Tighten up a little. 4th to Kilroy, 5th to Malaval. So Kevin Benoit goes into the second moto with a 5-point lead over Drew Adams. Getting out front, Christian Janik doing exactly what he needs to do. Up in second, Kevin Benoit. And there is number 31. Good to see Noah Vine here. Got around the first lap. Kevin Benoit was out front. Got around Janik. Third place is Alex Fedortov. And the next rider, a great start for number 19. That's Dylan Rempel, Luke Fowler, Biney, Walsh. 8th place off the beginning here for Drew Adams. He had some work to do. Just trying to stay out of trouble. Third place for the now pro Fedortov. Took Drew Adams a little bit too long to get around Dylan Walsh, the New Zealand rider. Janik would pressure Kevin Benoit, just hoping for a mistake. Obviously, maybe a pass. Fedortov there. Finally, Adams gets around Walsh. He start moving his way forward. He was running 2 seconds a lap faster than the leaders. You can just see there now how close Janik was. Just the pressure that Kevin must have been feeling. Fedortov, Fowler, Adams closing in on them. Just a sea of green chasing after the ATM rider. King Amiot, Gage Linville, there's Chris Blackmer on a 252 stroke. Wyatt Kerr outside the top 25 early was Tyler Medalli. He'd have to fight his way back all the way up to 9th in this one. There's Janik still on the rear wheel of Benoit. Fedortov, Fowler, and Drew Adams now close right in on these two. Pretty quick work of them. He's moving his way forward. He knows he has to win. He knows Kevin has to be worse than second. This is where things get interesting. I don't think I remember any moto as exciting as this was. The fans were running back and forth across the fences just to see what was going to happen. This is exactly how Kawasaki had played it out. But trying to make a pass, Janik would fall. And that means there was nothing left for Drew Adams to do. As he takes a look, he's like, how am I going to win this? This will not do it. So he's looking back, and in the last lap and a half, he started slowing down, trying anything he could to have Kevin either fall or have Janik catch back up. You can see now, here we are on the last lap, and that's how far Janik is there. He's only about 5 seconds behind. 2 corners left to go. You can see the cat and mouse, the game's being played here. Kevin not wanting any of it. Looks back to see just how close Janik was getting, and it was getting close. But in the end, taking the number 1, was Drew Adams, but the championship goes to Kevin Benoit, and he just hits the rev limiter, looking over to Drew saying, how do you like that? You can just see there how close the next riders were there. He got all pretty upset, tempers flared. He went up, let Drew know he wasn't happy about it. There's a look at your Moto 2 results. Adams, Benoit, Janik, Fedortov, Walsh. There's a look at your overalls. As we head it over, you can tell Drew's mom was entirely thrilled to put one on there late in that moto. Christian pleads his case. And there it is. Kevin Benoit takes the title, second to Adams, third to Linville, fourth Racine.
Pressure, the whole thing. Talk about that.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be good for the combine coming up, and get prepared for that for next week.
For Drew Adams, everyone. Well, this has been a good year for you. You've learned a lot, and you've become a much better, a lot stronger rider, and you got to be proud of that.
Yeah, you know, that moto was tough, and I've learned a lot from this championship. I had a great battle with Kevin the whole time. I respect the guy with my whole heart. You know, that was a crazy race and kind of out of character for me, but there's a championship on the line. What can I do? So, yep, that was unfortunate for what Christian did there. He was kind of my helping savior, but yep. I'm glad that it ended this way. Obviously, it wasn't meant for me to win, I guess, but we learned a lot from this, and let's go pro in America.
Yeah, I was just going to say, there's a big week coming ahead of you, but like I said, I think you've grown and you've become a bit much more mature racer, and it's been awesome to watch you do that. Big weeks ahead of you. How does this help you become that racer you want to be in the next couple weeks?
I think this has put me just where I want to be. You know, I couldn't thank Triple Crown Series enough for giving me this opportunity, and obviously I'm one of theirs now after this. So, yeah, this has definitely been the best opportunity for me I've ever had, and it's really helped me a lot. And Yep, I love all you Canadian fans. I know some of you guys might not root for me, but yeah, you guys are the boom, and yeah, thank you guys.
He will be your 2024 250 Pro Motocross champion. I want a Walton welcome for the champ, Kevin Benoit. Take that, hold that up, my man. There he is, your Canadian national champ. What a thing. You coming back into this series, did you ever think you'd be in this position? I mean, you retired, you come back, and here you are.
I don't know what to say. I think, yes and no. I mean, it's when I first came back last year, it was just to have fun on dirt bikes again, and had a solid year last year. I mean, for a comeback year, it was pretty good. I had some moto wins, and yeah, coming back this year, there was a little bit more expectations for sure. I was the only 250 guy, and yeah, I put a lot of work over the winter, and it's hard. It's hard. Like I mean, these kids, they have so much intensity, and I'm getting older, and I try to rely on my experience, and I think in the end, that's what paid off. And I wasn't always the fastest. Everybody saw this this summer, but I was consistent, always up there, and yeah.
I was going to ask you then, that was my next question. You're a 35-year-old guy, you've been a 16-year-old coming up through this. What was that experience like for you to race against a kid that's maybe, you know, learning as he goes and putting together a great career ahead of him too?
Yeah, at first I wasn't expecting to have that much competition this year, and I think Drew got me a better rider, honestly, and even if he had some killer motos up front and he was ahead and I wasn't following, like, I think it made me push even more, and I think I got even better this year a bit, and yeah, I honestly hope I'm gonna be in my couch in a couple years and see this kid be the future of AMA motocross. He's legit, and yeah, I'm happy.
That's your race day. Hang on, yeah, that a boy. There's no trophy girls in Canada. All right, I want you to hold out. That's your today's boys. That was a grind, and you did.
Final moto of the season, 450 Moto 2. Look to be decided here, except for how far up Dylan Wright finished particularly well. Nice hole shot from the 377. That's Daniel Elmore. First hole shot, he said, of his 450 career. Up front, his points leader, Justin Pettis, doing what he needs to do. Second, great start for Preston Kilroy. Third to Wright. There's Elmore, Malaval, Tanti. There's Nate Mason up there getting the 303. Work to do there for the 23 Josiah Nansky. Heading into the rhythm section. Malaval. Elmore. Gavin Bruff. And being chased up by Josiah Nansky. Trying to work his way up. Right, trying to prove that he is the choice for the motocross nations. He said as much on the podium in his speech. Looking good. As I said earlier, he'll be back next year. Tanti in Malaval. Second race of the season for him from France. Simonansky starts to close in. Ruff, Bennett, Elmore. A little bit of trouble there, a little stall for Bennett. Got caught up by Elmore there. Ward some troubles, he'd have to work his way forward. This battle for the lead here. That's Preston Kilroy trying an inside move over the natural double. Going right, third. And Tanti having a better race here. To 7th place by the end of this one. Out front. Now Dylan Wright got around Kilroy. And now you're wondering how hard would Jess Pettis push out front here. He does not need to beat Dylan Wright, nor does Dylan Wright need to win this race. But man, these guys went at it for lap after lap. Jess said after the first one there, you start slowing down is when you start making mistakes, so he just kept going for it. And staying with him, though, is Preston Kilroy. Team seem to come together there. Neither of them giving an inch. No love lost between these two. There's Parker Eels. He's having a great season. Ended up 6th overall in the 450 class. Good for him. There he is with his buddy Elmore. Taking the win. Proving a point, number 1, Dylan Wright. Real-time look back to Jess Pettis. 2nd and the championship for him, though. Arms up in celebration. We missed Kilroy. There's Tanti and Natsky. There's a look at your Moto 2 results. Here's a look at your overalls. Wright, Pettis, Natsky, Kilroy, and Malaval. But Jess Pettis takes the title by 11 points over his teammate Josiah Natsky.
I was riding great. I got off to a decent start, and yeah, just put my head down. Just trying everything I could. Just trying to make things work, and it's hard to pass out there. The track's gnarly. You gotta be precise, but yeah. So yeah, better luck next year. So
I want to welcome to the stage KTM Red Bull's Josiah Natsky, everyone. Well, probably not the moto you wanted to have. That was a tough one, and I could see you trying to fight your way forward.
Yeah, man. I chose the wrong race to have my worst start of the year. That was, yeah, just, damn it, that sucks. Yeah, congrats to Jess, man. He deserves that one. I'll take it like a man, take it on the chin. It is what it is. But yeah, it was, that roost was brutal. Trying to pick my way through the track. The track was so gnarly as well, and I could catch you. So yeah. Man, I just probably wasn't on have the same speed as my first moto, but yeah, man, it's we race each race as it comes, and yeah, unfortunately, it's fallen this way for me, but it's on me, so I can live with that, so that's all right.
Something in the motocross world that guys want to win. If you don't win a championship, you think to yourself, I want to leave Walton with a sword, and I gotta believe this guy had something to prove in that moto. He's our national champ. And he is a heck of a dude. So I want to introduce Honda GDR's Dylan Wright, everybody. Hold that up. That was a wild ride watching you guys come through the pack, and especially when you and Preston, when Preston was in there and there was 3 of you guys hanging it out over this jump, I was like, man, those guys all have something to prove right now.
yeah, last round of the year. Obviously missing a bunch this year. It's never fun sitting on the couch. So yeah, fun to come out and hanging out with the boys. Yeah, that was a fun race. It was pretty much wheel to wheel for a bunch of it. Just struggling to find some spots to pass out there, but made it good for y'all fans. I hope everybody enjoyed the day watching us do battle. But yeah, unfortunately didn't win the water day. But you know what? We won the battle, and yeah, we're gonna keep rehabbing, get back to 100%, and yeah, line up again next year and do this whole thing all over again.
Well, I was gonna say, how motivating is it for you as an athlete that you want to come out and, I mean, and I watched Jess, he battled you hard too for a guy that had a lot on the line. But how much is it about pride and just showing that I'm going to be back next year?
Yeah, I think it goes, it's big for an athlete. You know, the team, Honda, no one's really pushing me to be out here after the crash. It's all personal for me. You fight your demons when you're down in the trenches a little bit, and you just want to get back on your dirt bike and kick some ass. And you know, that's what we came out here today to do. Yeah, and prove a point that hopefully I deserve to go to England and represent our country and be part of the MX of Nations. That's kind of the plan, is to get ready for that and go show the world that we can perform on the top stage and kick some ass, and yeah, hold no BS over there.
You are the 2024 Canadian National Champion. Right here, Jess Pettis, everyone. What a road, right? I mean, it's been a long one, a lot of injuries, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of battles. And here you are standing at Walton. Like I said, back when I remember you guys on 80s, you're a 450 national title.
Oh man, it's really unbelievable. I'm very grateful, and this sport, it's so gnarly at times, man. It can really bite you and hit you down so many times, and you just got to put your head down, and that's what I did, man. You know, a lot of injuries, and I just kept on grinding. I kept myself my circle tight. keep all the believers close to you. To all you little rippers and racers this week, man, the sport is awesome. So just keep grinding, because this feels pretty damn good. So happy. That second moto was so much better for me. I feel like I rode like myself. That pressure was on me the whole time, and yeah, we delivered. So really wish I could have got that win, but with the title on the line, man, I was starting to kind of think big picture. But huge shout out to these guys. I mean, Dylan, Preston, my teammate, just all these boys are on it this year, kept me on my toes.
I was going to say, I think you gave everyone at KTM a heart attack when you and Dylan threw down for about 5 laps there, and they're just like, take that moment. What moment did you decide this is time to be a champion?
Yeah, honestly, the first moto, I kind of was just thinking in my head the whole time, and it really affected my riding. So that time, I'm like, you know what, I can't hold back. That's when things happen. So let's just keep my head down, ride like myself, and hit our marks. Yeah, me and Dylan were going at it. They're pretty good for a bit, but it's good to have him back. The competition is tight. It's big, and we're going at a high speed, I feel. So. No, it was good. Maybe these guys were a little scared. My fiance was probably shaking in her boots, but it's all good. Thank you guys. The crowd is amazing today. We love it out here at Walton. My whole team, the whole factory KTM, Red Bull Fly Racing team, Joe and Colton with the suspension, FMF, Oakley goggles, Red Bull, Dunlop, my mechanic Justin Roney. He has been a huge help to me this year. His whole family, my family, all you guys, Carlson Racing, man, this feels pretty damn good. So let's go!
All right. Get it up there. There you go. Your top 3 overall from today.